Since the moment I started doing street photography, I always felt I was entering new worlds by just observing my surroundings. So I recently created a new collection of street photography from the work that I've been creating here in the past months in Tokyo, and I wanted to take the chance to talk a bit about the medium, about the art of street photography, why I love it so much, and talk a bit about some of the pieces that are inside of the collection. I feel that street photography is a very candid style of photography. It is very sincere and human. Street photographs are definitely very lifelike and can have a very powerful message transmitted with a lot of emotion through the moment. And this is something that cannot happen without the connection being established between the artist and the subject. The subject doesn't necessarily have to be a person, but it can be any element found in the streets. And this is something that is dependable on the artist that is shooting behind the camera, that is shooting through their perception, their background, their context, and that is where all of the memories and emotions are portrayed. Now, imagine that you go into a gallery or a platform and you start seeing some street photographs, or you actually want to own one of the pieces. You're literally getting into the mind of the artist. Of course, there's a lot of different technicalities that go into the medium, and like with every other style of photography, it all goes from cropping to composition, editing skills, and this is something that you constantly master through practice and dedication. But it is not only about the technicalities that you learn through street photography, but also about how you learn to observe in a more careful way your surroundings. And through it, I feel that you get to learn a lot more about your inner self as well, in that exploration of the art and the creation of the pieces that you start capturing out in the streets as more and more you get out there. This is also something that I feel that makes street photography a very beautiful medium of art. I remember there was this quote I read a while ago that said, "Street photography helps you become a better human." And that is something that I actually carry as a mantra when I'm capturing out there and when I'm observing my surroundings, and that I really resonate with. And of course, you're not gonna go out there one time, take photos, arrive home, put them on Lightroom or Photoshop, edit some, and then be like, that's it, I'm a great human. Like, of course not. It's more like a work in progress, and I think that's also the power of being on the constant work in progress, being on the constant scale of growth where you're learning something new every day. And that's where I feel that there's so much beauty, where the growth as a human and the growth as an artist goes almost in parallel, right? In the same wavelength. So I definitely think that street photographers can challenge everyday life situations by seeing beauty in the imperfection of the moment, by seeing it where nobody else sees it, and by actually transmitting a very relatable emotion through the moment that is being captured. If you have watched my last video on YouTube, I Am a Dreamer, which by the way, if you haven't yet, you can find the link down here below in the video, you'll know that I've always been passionate about photography, filmmaking, and storytelling, always experimenting with my camera. But it wasn't until 2 years ago that I actually started creating street photography. This was a moment of my life where, for the first time at a personal level, I was stepping out of my comfort zone, I was leaving my hometown country, I was starting to travel around, and it was also a moment where I was starting to listen a lot more carefully to my consciousness and to my inner self and thoughts. Right from the moment that I started to go out with my camera and capture photos out there in the streets, I fell in love with the fact that I was able to find beauty and fall in love with different situations that I could find in the streets and actually make art out of it. And so I just started to become obsessed with it so much that I would just go out there every single day. It was through it that this medium actually helped me to uncover my shadows, to reconnect a lot more with myself and become a whole with it. At that time, it helped me to zoom out and learn more about this beautiful nature that we all form part of. This medium did not only made me look deeper into my surroundings, but it also made me look deeper into myself, and it made me an explorer. I've always dreamt of coming to Japan and learn more about their culture, their philosophy, their traditions, and more since the moment that I started to know about wabi-sabi, which is a concept that relates the exploration on finding beauty in the imperfection. And that is something that I've actually carried as well as a philosophy when creating work in photography or film. Since the moment I've arrived to Japan, I have felt a lot of growth as a person and as an artist, and I've been very inspired by what my eyes were constantly seeing out there in the streets, and that is something that I wanted to relate with this collection. The first photo of the series describes a feeling that I've been having a lot in the past months about this magical energy and presence that I've been feeling while working on myself and spending a lot of time alone with my thoughts and my consciousness. It was so clear from my eyes that while I was editing, I decided to remove the colors and emphasize this emotion through the texture of the image. The second scene relates the arrival of a new beginning, of a new life, connecting it to my first experiences in this country through a view that I fell in love with by the shadows and the yellow colors in the frame. On the third photograph, I captured this scene where, after observing in this exact place what was going on, I almost felt like I was establishing a conversation with the subject, a conversation about constant growth, constant grind, almost in a state of flow where time disappears. As you can see here on the screen, I have some more pieces coming to the collection, and since I would not like to make this video too long, I will be talking more about each of these on Twitter. So feel free to send me a message if you'd like to chat about them. Before finishing the video, I'd like to state that I'm not only obsessed with street photography, but I definitely think that there's a lot of power in it. And I've been heavily inspired by other street photographers that I've been looking up to. In the NFT space where I've been connecting with artists globally, I've met other street photographers like Haido, who creates these moments in the streets to capture stories that are usually not told, or Ilan Derek, who creates these magical photos that feel from another world. So I definitely think that experience, the message, the meaning, the technique makes street photography a very valuable medium of art, and it is something that I'm gonna keep carrying as a passion to learn and create from it. I'm in love with art, photography, storytelling, filmmaking, and this is something that I will keep putting together through all of the projects and ideas that I create. I hope this video has let you learn a lot more about my work and about street photography, and if you're still watching, I would encourage you to hit the subscribe button and drop a comment, as I would love to know what are your thoughts on this topic. If you'd like to know more about my work or what's coming ahead, make sure you go to my Twitter, where you will be able to find a lot more information about this collection, and also make sure you go to Exchange.Art, where you will be able to find the series that I've been minting all there. 2022 is coming to an end, and with it, a new beautiful year 2023 is about to happen, with many exciting things ahead. I have a few projects that I'm gonna be dropping soon. I have some videos on the line, so stay tuned, because I will keep posting all about photography and filmmaking content in this channel. This is everything. Enjoy your wonderful day. Don't forget to observe all the beauty that there is around, and see you in the next video. Bye.